A fine win this evening, but almost expected that we saw racial abuse from the stand once again. We saw it here twice during the Euros. Yeah, it's a full stadium again. Does that not make a mockery of the stadium ban and what it should stand for?
Well, I'm just sort of getting an understanding of what's happened because we weren't really aware of it on the bench. So there have been. It sounds like there have been some incidents, and everybody knows what we stand for as a team, and that's completely unacceptable. So, I think everything is being reported to UEFA, and we have to see what happens from there.
Thanks, Mark. Next to Duncan Wright.
Hi, Gav. Just building on that, and congratulations on the result today and the performance. But will a fine be enough, though? You've been around the block in international football. Is it time for being kicked out of tournaments?
Well, that's for other people to deal with. I think there's no more that this group of players and all the staff, in fairness, could do in the fight against racism. So we're trying to uphold our part of it, and other people have got to take the right action to try and make progress.
Thank you.
Duncan. Alex Howell, BBC Sport.
Hi, Gareth. How pleased are you with the performance in a really hostile atmosphere?
Yeah, really pleased. I think from the start right the way through, the players were excellent. Very good mentality. They've shown the humility that I spoke about yesterday to approach every day this week in the right way. They know that the standards that they've got to set every time they take the pitch. You know, other teams have had difficult games this week and haven't produced the consistency of performance that we have. I was very pleased with the first half. Although we hadn't scored the goals, we were in total control of the game with the ball. We just weren't able to get the final pass or the final dribble quite right. But we knew that because of the way we were using the ball, in the end they would tire. They couldn't keep chasing. They couldn't keep defending as they were. And of course, once you've got the first, the game opens up. And we could have had even more. So we've made what was a very difficult fixture, which we know from seeing France play here, seeing Portugal play here. We've made a very difficult fixture very comfortable in the end.
Thanks, Alex. Faye Carruthers, TalkSport.
Congratulations, Gareth. Yeah, you said it was comfortable. How much do you feel that was a statement?
No, I don't think it's a statement. I think we played very well. You know, the players have really applied themselves well. Their pressing when we lost the ball was excellent right through the team. They were on the front foot when any balls were played up to the opposition forwards. So we made it difficult for them to get out and to breathe in the game. And then in the main, we used the ball very well. A couple of times, little bits of sloppy play, which it looked like the only way they were going to score was perhaps a counter-attack or a foul conceded from a counter-attack. But really pleased with the level, and the players deserve huge credit for that.
Thanks, Faye. John Cross, Daily Mirror.
Hi, Gareth. Forgive me, I couldn't quite pick up the very start of it, so forgive me if you've been asked this. But have you been able to speak to the players that were targeted, that have been affected, and what is their mood? What was their reaction in the dressing room afterwards?
I haven't yet, because I wasn't aware of it when I was in the dressing room. But I know our head of security has spoken with the players and has taken their sort of statements. And we'll deal with it in the right way now and through the right channels.
Thanks, John. Paul Joyce, The Times.
Hi, Gareth. You've said previously with your options that you have in the attacking areas that the players have to produce assists and create chances. Were you pleased with what Jack did tonight on that criteria?
Yeah, absolutely. But also the way that he... the angles of his pressing and the way that he chased the ball down, because that helped us to turn the ball over high up the pitch. And we know that when he's in possession of the ball, he's going to he's got that ability to find a pass when he's on the run and take people out of the game individually. So I thought his performance was very, very good.
Thanks, Paul. We've got time for two more, starting with Matt Dunn.
Hi, Gareth. Congratulations, but unfortunately it's been a little bit overshadowed. The nonsense about tonight is that we knew this happens here. They've been charged, they've been found guilty, and they've got a two games behind closed doors in the spring that they have to play. Do FIFA and UEFA have to get together so that when punishments are handed out, they're handed out when they need to be handed out, if for nothing else than for the protection of the players?
Well, look, I can only go back to what I said at the start. I don't think our players can do anything more than they have done over the last 2 or 3 years in trying to get the right messages out, take the right stands, and it's for other people to protect them. It's for me to protect them in the main, but for the authorities to protect them as well. They shouldn't have to be subjected to any form of racism. I have to say there's a balance in the crowd, as we know at home, not everybody at home causes problems. And tonight, our national anthem was really respected remarkably well. And so it's not fair to criticise all the Hungarian fans. A lot of the Hungarian fans were very generous and behaved themselves extremely well. So that's a very similar situation to the one we find at home, I think. And the individuals that are responsible, then they need to be dealt with. I think there is some evidence that people have been filmed, and we've got to hope that the authorities deal with that in the right way.
Thanks, Matt. And we'll finish with Jacob Steinberg from The Guardian.
Hi, Gareth. You referenced yesterday about the boos that your players got in Middlesbrough for taking the knee, and also the trouble at Wembley at the final. Is tonight just a reminder for perhaps people in this country who have booed your players, a reminder of what this team stands for and why they do it?
Yeah, I think they recognise that the world is changing, and although some people are stuck in their ways of thinking and in their prejudices, they're going to be the dinosaurs in the end, because the world is modernising. So, look, Hungary isn't anywhere near as diverse in its population as our country is, and so I think inevitably it's still taking us a long, long time to get to where we need to get to, and inevitably if other countries don't have the same level of diversity, it's probably not been in their thinking in the same way it has in our country. So we will continue to do what we do. We will continue to try to set the right example for young people in our own country who will be more influenced by us than perhaps people will be elsewhere. I'm always conscious that, whenever I speak about this, I don't know if I get exactly the right tone or the right words, and I never want to be dismissive of it. So, but our intentions are good, and we hope that people understand that and respect that.
Okay, we'll conclude it there. Thank you very much.